I'm 16 years old, and today I'm most excited about the interview, actually.
Yay!
It was a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. This is a good opportunity.
For sure. Do you feel like you usually have like these types of nerves with like new things, or
Always.
is it
Always. Yeah. I have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety about small stuff that doesn't even really matter in the moment, but
I think we all do. Like, that's just something that we kind of have to work like over. Are you like actively trying to work through that?
Oh,
or is
absolutely. It's a struggle every day.
Yeah.
But I do my best to manage it and put myself in a more open situation and a better mindset.
What is your favorite activity to do right now outside of school or work?
I really love painting, like watercolor. I haven't done it in a couple months, but it's one of my favorite stress relievers, somewhere where I can really express myself.
What is the most like abstract one that you've done?
I think when I was just starting out, I did like this Polaroid type concept, but it was straight from my head, and I don't know, I was really proud of it because I didn't have any references, and it was like on a little bit of grass. It was nice.
Would you consider yourself a really creative person?
I think so, yeah. I think a lot more out of the box than a decent amount of my peers. And I don't mean that in a way that puts me above them, just a different set of mindset of thinking.
Everybody has their strengths, everybody has their weaknesses, and you know yours. That's it. What qualities of yourself are you most proud of?
I guess my positive outlook, because I think that's something that I really struggled with, especially in middle school. I guess my willingness to keep moving, because I have a lot of worry, and it's something that has always set me back, and it feels like a really heavy burden on my shoulders. But despite that, I have to keep moving because, the world keeps spinning. That's something I've always struggled with, so I'm really proud of where I've come.
Is that kind of a mindset that you have taught yourself, or is something that the people around you have kind of shown you?
I feel like I've taught myself it more than anything. But I definitely have support. Like my mom, she's one of my number one supporters. My sister, they're very important to me, and they're always like next to me by my side when I need them.
And that's a beautiful thing to have a support system. Yeah. Okay. These are more of like the getting to know you questions. What is an accomplishment, personal project, or extracurricular activity that you are proud of working on?
I think one of the ones that I'm most proud of, like extracurricular wise, is my archery team. And the first year that I joined, we made it to nationals, and it was really eye-opening. It was one of the first moments that I got to really be out of state and by myself, and it was really scary, but I had my team there with me, and even though we didn't place, it was very memorable.
Yeah. It was that in your high school or just like a club?
My high school.
Oh,
it's involved in our JROTC program.
So what grade are you?
I'm 12th grade.
Oh my gosh, exciting. You just started your senior year.
Yes.
Oh, is it like bittersweet to kind of have that last year of archery?
Yeah. It's scary.
Do you think that's what you'll miss most? Or
I think so, yeah, definitely. As well as my involvement in our school's GSA. It's called the Crawford Pride Alliance. Last year I was the president, but I've been a member all 4 years, and it's one of my favorite clubs. It's a place where we come together and really support each other. For the students in the community. You don't have to be in the community to join the club, but it's a very welcoming space for anyone who needs it.
That's sweet. That's really sweet. Okay, what tips would you give someone trying to accomplish something similar, like doing archery, being in such an important club as yours?
I would say it's very important to be open-minded and positive about yourself, because even if you're just starting out, even if you've done it for a really long time, you're still going to have lows and highs, and it doesn't matter where you came from, you're still relearning, or you're learning new skills. The way that you view yourself is very important than how everyone else views you.
Yeah, exactly, because you're the one that looks in the mirror every single day. Yeah, and that's really important. Okay, you can answer this in whatever way you see it. What does education mean to you?
Education is very important to me. It's very important to be educated, know what you're talking about, because I feel like it's very misleading to not know what you're talking about and then to try to prove you're right based over someone who does know what they're talking about.
What do you think is a topic that should be taught in schools that isn't?
I wish I learned how to speak to people, because it took me a really long time, and presentations were always really hard, and nobody would tell us, like, oh, stand up straight, make sure you're speaking loudly, clearly, and try not to stutter. And I have a really bad stuttering problem, but I wish people were there to tell me that it was okay.
Yeah.
And that mistakes are common.
Public speaking is such an important trait to have. I wish electives were like, you know, you can take a public speaking course. Tell me about someone who's left an impact on you and why.
I think I would have to go back to my mom, because she was a single mother for a really long time. She divorced my dad, and she was left almost completely on her own for a really long time. And I just think she's really strong for it, because she keeps pushing through. She's very positive for someone who's been through so much, and I just think she's one of the perfect role models to look up to. She needs to be more confident, but that's something that I try to help her with, because everyone has their lows, and she's helped me be more confident. She's helped me explore who I am, as well as getting to know who she is, because she didn't have that opportunity when she was younger. But she's one of my favorite people.
I think that's a great thing to be able to like uplift, you know, your parents. Is there a cause or social issue that you're passionate about, and why is it important to you?
I'm very passionate about the LGBTQ community, because we have a lot of stereotypes, a lot of people who don't think we should exist, and I just don't think it's fair. We have voices too, we have concerns, we have everything that everyone else does, but just because we're different, we're seen as less.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what advice would you give someone who wants to make a positive impact on their community?
I would say be very educated on the topic, because if you want to make a difference, you have to be able to know what you're talking about, and then know your audience, and really relate to it. And you don't have to be what you're advocating for, but show that you care about it.
What is a challenge that you've had to work through, and how has it shaped you to who you are today?
When I was 2, my parents got divorced, so I never really knew them together, which is okay, but it grew me to have a very unstable upbringing, and the only person I could really rely on was my sister, because we were in it together, protecting me, and I never really learned how to speak for myself. And it was one of the things that I struggled with a lot, and I had a lot of anxiety about it, just social settings, and I couldn't go anywhere without anyone with me. And it wasn't until last year, I think, where I began to get out of my shell more. I started taking the bus, going places by myself, or to meet someone, just for like a casual outing, just to get out of my comfort zone, because I had been in my bubble for so long, and I'm very grateful to my sister for helping me. And it's just something that I've had to outgrow.
Yeah. What do you feel like was that final push for you to kind of be like, I need to get out of this bubble?
I think it was one of the first days of high school, actually, because I started 2 days late because I was registered late, like in freshman year. And it was one of my hardest days ever, like that first day, because I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know anyone there. I had just moved. And it was after I almost started crying in front of my teacher that I was like, okay, this is not fun. I don't want to be this anymore. So I started looking into coping mechanisms and really wanting to be me more than what everyone else wanted me to be.
If you could have, you know, like one piece of advice that you could give to someone struggling with that same, you know, like concept, what would you tell them?
I'm trying to think of what I would have wanted to hear at that age, at that moment in time. I would tell them that just because it feels like you're the only person in the room who's struggling right now, everyone in the room is having a little bit, having emotions that you might not know about, and it's okay to feel how you feel. Like, it doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you in the wrong. It's okay to feel your emotions.
Yeah. What would you say to a student who will be doing their storyteller interview?
I don't know. I already felt really comfortable in the interview. I didn't feel rushed. I felt listened to, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, I loved listening to you. Your story's amazing. You're an amazing personality. Like, I hope that you do amazing things in the future. I never got to ask you, what's your end goal?
My end goal? I'm still figuring it out as I go, but I want to enter for your undergraduate school, and that's the hope. But if I don't get in, that's all right.
Yeah.
I have other places I'm applying to, and I'm just being very flexible about it.
That kind of brings it back to, like, you can be good with anything that comes your way, and you're learning to be positive, and that's a great step. All right. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!